Hell yeah, baby! They can put a smile on your face, baby! Woo! Welcome back to the channel. I'm pretty excited about today's video because we're going to be putting my 2014 Suzuki V-strom 1000 on the Jenny Craig weight loss program and giving it some bark at the same time by installing this 14-inch Delkevic slip-on exhaust. Just wanted to show you what all you get in the box with the actual slip-on exhaust. Like I said, this is a 14-inch Delkevic. This is the oval one. I like the old school thumper look, that's why I chose this one. It's got a clamp on that already. You get your mid pipe with a clamp. You get your pipe hanger, which goes on there. This little hanger right here will actually mount it to the frame of the bike. It's your little rubber piece that goes in there to protect that from any scratches. Now the tools you're gonna need to get the stock exhaust off is a 12mm socket, 6mm Allen. That's also a 6mm Allen. You can use a ratchet or the standard one, whichever you prefer. Might need both of them, not sure yet. But all you gotta do is take it off. Take that 6mm Allen right there loose to take this clamp loose. And you also got a 6mm Allen right there with a 12mm nut on the back. That's what hooks it to the frame. Once you undo that clip, it should just slide right off of there. Easy peasy. Right, there they are side by side just for comparison reasons. You can tell the Delkevic's way smaller than this gigantic mailbox of an exhaust that comes on the bike stock. Now I weighed this one before I started the video. It weighs about 5 pounds with the mid pipe and everything, maybe about 4.5, 5 pounds. I'm not real accurate because I'm using this scale, but I'm gonna put this one on here and see how much it weighs. I'm guessing anywhere from 10 to 15 pounds because it's pretty goddamn heavy. Let's see, get on there. Yep, I can see it, y'all probably can't, but it's right at 10, 11 pounds. That's pretty goddamn heavy, so that's saving over 5 pounds off the bike. Which now let's get everything, the tools situated, and see what we got to do to put that one on the bike. All right, you're still gonna need your 6mm Allen. That's for the actual hanger bolt that goes up there, the new one. And you're gonna need a 5mm Allen that fits all your clamps on this and the mid pipe itself. And it comes with, I forgot to tell you, it comes with actual exhaust sealant. I bought some of this, but it actually comes in the pack enough to do it, because you're gonna have to put a bead down here and up at the other end of the exhaust. I'll show you that just in a minute when we get everything test fitted first, and then we'll move on to that step. I stuck the exhaust up there, dry fitted everything. It's gonna go on there no problem. We'll stick that on there just in 1 second. On this little bracket right here, this little rubber piece, see how it's got them grooves in there? That actually slides onto that, so it holds it in place. This exhaust don't have any instructions with it, so I just wanted to give you all that little tip. Just make sure you put that on there that way, because if not, that rubber's gonna want to fly out of there. So now what we got to do is take this exhaust gasket sealer that they give you. Looks like I done busted it already, and put it right on the inside, right there where you see those grooves at. Just put a small bead around through there, all the way around it, and do the same thing on the exhaust side. So let's get to doing that. You can see the bead in there. Just run your little bead, give it just a few minutes to let it get a little tacky before you slap it in there, so it don't just goo out all over the place and ooze out of your pipe. Just give that a few minutes, maybe 2 or 3 minutes, then we'll stick it all together. Now, make sure you got your clamps on the right way, so all your bolts are facing out so you can actually get to them. Make sure you got all that lined up the way it's supposed to go. So I'm gonna slide that piece in there first, because it's kind of aggravating. I ain't fighting with that behind my rack. If you didn't got a rack on your bike, it's probably a little bit easier, but I do got one, so I didn't want to take it all apart just to do this exhaust. Just like that right there. Let's get it firmly held up there. Like you take your 5mm Allen for these clamps and just loosely clamp it down a little bit to get everything sort of held in place, and then we'll get that hanger bracket on there. Use your stock bolt on that little flat bracket that comes with this thing. Bolt that flat bracket to that just like that. Then use the supplied bolt to bolt that up. That gets all the exhaust in line. I'll give you a better shot from the back of the bike of that when it's all put together. All right, I got everything bolted up. I apologize for not being able to do that on camera, but y'all probably get the idea. Like I said, you just use your stock bolt to bolt that bracket to the frame. Then come down. I just use this clamp. I put both sides on one side of this bracket right here. Use a supplied bolt. It all pinched down nice and tight. On this clamp here, just alternate between these two bolts so you get that all to compress evenly. Don't tighten it up too tight. Do the same thing on this one. Don't over tighten it. You'll know when you're there. Now that sealant has got to dry for at least 30 minutes. Some of it's 24 hours. I have no idea because that didn't have any instructions with it. But I'm gonna let that sit for a little while. and then we'll do the all-important startup so we can hear what it sounds like with the baffle in versus the baffle out. I know it's going to be a lot louder than the stock exhaust, which is what I want because I want to be able to hear the bike a little bit. Now that stock exhaust was heavy. It felt heavier than 10 pounds to me, but I'll take a 5-pound weight loss too, because mainly want this thing for looks, sound, and weight saving. So I accomplished all of them. I think it looks a lot better, as you can see, and I'm ready to hear it, and we'll all hear it for the first time. And I know y'all ain't gonna probably stick around to the end because nobody hardly ever does. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you right now, if you hadn't already, hammer the shit out of that subscribe button and that notification bell so you'll be alerted when new content comes out. Help us grow the channel. YouTube don't push our content too much, and if you like V-stroms, adventure rides, moto camping, cooking, how-tos, stuff like that, and we try to break the mold a little bit, subscribe to the channel, help us out. Now let's get this bike fired up and let's hear this baby bark. This is with the baffle in. All right, now with the baffle out. So there you go with the baffle in, baffle out. I'm preferring it with the baffle out, but it might be a little bit too loud. I don't know yet. Let me throw some boots on and a helmet, and I'll run it up the road a few times with the baffle in and baffle out so y'all can hear it as it's going away from the camera to see if you can get a better idea of how it sounds. Sounds pretty mean in person, I can tell you that. Heard it with the baffle in and baffle out going away from the camera towards the camera. I think it sounds a little bit better with the baffle out, but it might be just a little bit too loud for long distance travel like we do. But I'll see. It's easy to take in and out, so no big deal. So I hope y'all enjoyed this install video of this 14-inch Delkevic exhaust on this 2014 Suzuki V-strom 1000. I'm sure it'll be the same for 15 and above, or basically the same anyway. So as always, we appreciate y'all watching. And I'll tell you again, if you hadn't already, hammer the shit out of that subscribe button and that notification bell so you'll be alerted when new content comes out. We'll see y'all in the next one. Let you hear this thing thump, y'all. Listen to this thing. Hell yeah, baby! They can put a smile on your face, baby. Woo!